Kirby and the Forgotten Land is an extremely pleasant game to play that is loaded with that classic Nintendo charm. The level design's really fun with a variety of themes between the different areas or worlds, if you want to call them that. And all the levels are fairly linear, but include a great soundtrack as well as a few secrets scattered around. And each level also incorporates Kirby's various abilities in different ways to solve puzzles or combat enemies. And speaking of the abilities, Kirby has a pretty diverse selection of powers that can be upgraded as players progress through the game, and I'm pretty sure these powers are ones that have been found in pretty much all Kirby games, I would imagine, but I don't have much experience with the franchise as a whole. And those powers like fire, ice, bombs, sword, hammer, and whatever else is in there aren't the only things that Kirby can suck up either, as Kirby can go into mouthful mode after sucking up inanimate objects like cars and traffic cones. So the game gives players quite a bit of freedom to use all of Kirby's different abilities, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land isn't a hard game. In fact, it's mind-numbingly easy. The mechanics are very simple, the levels aren't complicated, and the bosses aren't exactly like what you may have just encountered in Elden Ring. And while all of this does make for a fairly relaxing experience, the game just isn't engaging. You could call Kirby and the Forgotten Land too easy, but I don't think that truly describes what the game is. This isn't the type of game where you're going to sit down for hours and just get lost in the world. You're probably going to play for 30 to 45 minutes, get bored with the game's complete lack of resistance and ridiculous amount of hand-holding before putting it down for a while. And I'm not even exactly sure how long it is, because I'm having a hard time finishing it, just because I can only take so much of it at once. Kirby and the Forgotten Land isn't a bad game. It's a really nice family game, and I can't speak to the quality of the game's co-op mode, but that's the extent of what it is, and it's hard for me to say it was worth a $60 purchase. I certainly wouldn't tell someone not to play it, but I wouldn't exactly say it's the kind of game that you should absolutely play either.